You just recently got into pads, and I'm just wondering what was driving that confidence, without seeing them in pads.
Yeah, I think we made progress over the course of last year. We had a lot of young guys playing for us. We just simply were inexperienced. And I think over the course of the year, you saw them grow and develop. And again, it's the same thing we talked about with Daniel. If you approach it the right way, you get your mind right and your spirit right, to come out and practice and get better every day, you're going to improve it. So we try to put those guys in those situations, and they're responding well. We have a long way to go, every guy individually and certainly as a unit, but they're going about it the right way.
Hey Jason, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Good to see you. Have there been times out there in the field in camp where you have told the guys who were here last year, which is most of them, a couple of things you wanted or a bunch of things you wanted, and they got it right away? They already knew, as opposed to last year where it was all being taught for the first time?
Yeah, I think anytime you're exposed to something more, hopefully, again, if you go about it the right way, you're going to respond more favorably to that next experience. So, all those guys who have been around have a year under their belt in this system, and now you come back the next year and, oh, I remember that. I understand what you're saying. Or I've been in that situation before. So we have guys who go about it the right way.
Is it clicking more though?
Yeah, again, we're a work in progress, individually, as a unit, and as a football team. But again, the thing we emphasize to our guys is approach it the right way, come in here mentally, emotionally, and physically prepared, and then take advantage of the opportunities. I think our guys are doing that.
Jason, how do you envision Kadarius' role in this offense? And have you had a player with his skill set in the past that you can compare him to?
We're excited about Kadarius. Unfortunately, we haven't seen a ton of him yet, and we're ramping him up here over the next few days. But you can tell he's someone who picks up football easily. We saw that in the rookie minicamp, and we're excited to get him out there and just see what he can do. There are a lot of positive things on tape from college. Obviously, that's why we drafted him as high as we did. We're just excited to see him out here in the grass.
Frankly, there's questions if your offense is creative enough to you fully utilize a player like that. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, we're just excited about him. We're excited about all the guys and how they're working.
Do you intend to include more motion as far as moving guys pre-snap and trying to get the defense off balance in that regard?
Yeah, motion's obviously, if you followed our offenses through the years, they're a big part of what we've done. Last year we ran a lot more of the no huddle stuff. We're on the line of scrimmage where you don't run as much motion. We were using tempo. Sometimes we went fast, sometimes we went slow. We weren't in the huddle as much last year. I don't know if you guys could see that, on TV, but that was one of the things that we did. But motion and shifting and movement, all that stuff's been a big part of what we've done in the past, and we feel like it applies to a particular game plan. We'll certainly use it.
This is going back a ways, but we just haven't had a chance to ask anything. The Chargers interview, how did that go? And how much are you, as a proven NFL head coach, working towards down the road that next opportunity?
Certainly a great opportunity for me to visit with them, but my focus right now is what we need to do today to get better as an offense with the Giants. So that's really where my attention is.
How do you get, when you have a lot of your primary offensive weapons sidelined at the moment, Saquon, Rudolph, Galladay, how do you continue to get them ready throughout August to make sure that when they're on the field in week one?
Yeah, again, I go back to the guys. The approach that those guys take, it's outstanding. They're just true pros. And if you watch them out here in practice, if they're not involved with some rehab that they're doing, they're right there, they're watching, they're paying attention. Any walk-through reps that they're able to get, they try to take advantage of. And they're really great in their interaction with coaches and with their teammates. And you can see them growing. And we're just excited to get them back out there and get the physical reps to go along with the mental reps that we're getting. The approach has been outstanding.
Is there anything that necessarily should hold Daniel Jones back from taking that next step? We all know how hard he works and how dedicated he is, but anything on the field that you see that maybe is holding him back or not?
Yeah, I just think the biggest thing for everybody with our football team is you just got to go back out there, approach it the right way, and try to get better every day. And that's our approach with Daniel, but it's our approach with everybody. And because he goes about it the right way, because he's always so prepared, and he has physical tools, we're just going to keep trying to give him those experiences. We're trying to put him in an environment where he's comfortable. We've got some young players around him who are growing, and they're all growing together. And that's a positive thing. That's an exciting thing.
As a former quarterback, do you see the other players, reacting to Daniel? He jumps in the middle of a fight, which you probably don't want him to do. I don't know. Did you ever do that?
I did never jump into a little fight like that. Absolutely not.
So did you tell them that's your last.
You never want to take the edge off of a guy like that. You know, Daniel is this guy from Duke who really presents himself beautifully, but deep down, he's a really tough competitor. He loves ball. His physical toughness and his mental toughness are outstanding, and he's a fun, exciting guy to be around. He's a fun, exciting guy to coach because of that. And he loves ball. You can see the competitive juices flowing. And you know, the best players I've been around, the best teams I've been around, really the people I admire most in my life are people who fight. And we talk to our team about that a lot. And the way we talk about the word fight is fight to be your best in everything you do. Fight to live up to the highest standards. Fight to get the job done and fight for each other. And we think that's important. And so we try to instill that in our team. And that doesn't necessarily mean a physical fight on the field, but you want to have that spirit. And again, if you think about the people in your life who you admire most, they fight, they compete, they battle, they try to be their best, regardless of what the circumstances are. We believe our quarterback is one of those guys.
Did you write that on your shirt? Did you write fight on your shirt?
I did.
They didn't give you a real fight shirt?
I have one, but I only have one. And so we try to wash these things.
Jason,
On days where I can't wear the gray one, I wear the blue one. With fight across the chest.
Jason, you've obviously coached this league for a long time and have your philosophies, but as part of your offseason, do you study other offenses around the league and see what they're doing and steal stuff and that type of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think league studies are a big part of what you do. And you have an offense or defensive system or special team system that you believe in, but it's constantly evolving and growing. And you know, the DNA probably doesn't change that much, but a lot of different parts of it do. And you're always studying league trends and you want to be on top of them. And that's certainly something that's been a big part of what we've done for a long time.
Jason, I apologize if you've already been asked this, but with Kadarius, how have you seen him just reacclimate and get back up to speed?
Yeah, the biggest thing with him is just come on in here and try to learn. You know, we haven't seen him a lot. He was here for the rookie mini camp, and then, you know, he's working his way back in right now. But he's a really good young man. I think he's a smart football guy, and he's working hard to get himself back up to understanding what we're asking him to do. And hopefully over the next few days we'll get a chance to see him out there in practice.